Hey everybody, Tony here, and welcome back to my Soul Series review. And we are down to the final part here. We're down to part 5, and cannot believe that this is already the last part of my Soul Series review. But before we get into that, let's recap here. In part 4, I took a look at Soulcalibur 4 on the PlayStation 3 and gave it a 6.5 out of 10 because while the game had great graphics and stuff like that, the game felt very light on content and stuff. Because there was lack of mode, story mode was only 5 stages, and the fact that the Star Wars characters felt really out of place and overpowered just pretty much affected the game for me. But I still gave it a 6.5. It's a fair game, so if you want to play it, then go ahead and check it out. But for part 5, though, we're getting into some real doozy here. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at Soulcalibur 5 on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, released in 2012. Sadly, this game is bad. How bad? Pretty much a disgrace to the Soul series, and in my opinion, destroyed the Soulcalibur Soul Blade series for me. And just, I can't help but wonder, how could they make a game worse than Soulcalibur 4? I mean, this game right here makes Soulcalibur 4 seem fantastic. But I just don't understand what the heck was going on here when they were making this game. The game screams rushed out the door so much. But we have a lot to talk about here, so let's get started. One of the first problems with this game is the story. Now, instead of talking about Siegfried and Nightmare and the Soulcalibur and Soul Edge swords, here we get entirely new characters. So this game takes place 17 years later, at least I think it's 17 years later after Soulcalibur 4, and we're introduced to mostly entirely new cast of characters. But my main problem with the story are the two main characters, Patroclus Alexandra and Pyrrha Alexandra, the son and daughter of Sophitia Alexandra and Rothion Alexandra. And yeah, I should mention, Sophitia's not in this game. Sophitia was killed, and Cassandra is nowhere in this game either. My two favorite female characters of the Soul series, and they're not in this game at all. And what's worse is that the Patroclus and Pyrrha are some of the whippiest, weakest video game characters, not only in a fighting game franchise, but also in video games of all time and stuff. Pyrrha is a wimpy-ass crybaby, and she whines and cries and is like a scared little girl who runs away and stuff. Even her winning poses have her crying and stuff like that, like, "Oh no, this can't be my fault! You did this by yourself!" And like, she cries and stuff. And Patroclus is a whiny little bitch who whines and whines and doesn't stop whining. And now, I just have to wonder here, what was the point of putting these two characters in here if you were gonna make them wimps? This is a disgrace! Whatever happened to Siegfried and Nightmare? They were badass characters, but now you gotta replace them with these idiots who are unlikable! Or the whippiest characters I've ever seen in the Soul series, and all they do is whine and cry throughout most of the game. I mean, why? Why would you make them the protagonists? I don't know. I'll never know. But dear Lord, why did they do this? And not only that, they killed off most of the key likable characters that have been well known for Soulcalibur, and instead they replaced them with imitation characters that are pretty much wimpy versions of them. And the story here, let's get started here. The first problem you'll see, the first new mode you'll see is the story 1607 AD, where it follows Patroclus, Pyrrha, and this Zwei guy to try and defeat Nightmare and destroy the Soul Edge. It's all been done to death before. And the story mode is really short too. It's only like 1/4 of a story compared to what we got in the Japanese version, which was much longer. Only at 20 episodes, and that's it. Chapters, episodes, whatever. And the story is mostly told through these slideshow-looking cutscenes that don't look finished at all, and look like they're being hand-drawn for for a cartoon and stuff like that. And this is the year 2012. And you're telling me that this is the best you can do for story mode cutscenes? This looks awful. I mean, if this was like Soul Blade and they did cutscenes like this, it would be understandable because that was the 90s and stuff. But even then, it would look very weird and stupid, but I would have forgave it. But you're telling me this is the best they could do? Give me a break. I mean, look at this. Does this look finished to you? And not only that, in these hand-drawn like cutscenes, when you lose a stage and you have to retry the battle again and you win, all the audio in those type of cutscenes die out. It's like silent. All the audio, and it's like this game was so rushed they couldn't even fix a glitch like this. This is a problem. And it's like it makes you frustrated and makes you and stuff. It makes you want to try your hardest to win. So I mean, this is just stupid. So, for example, if I lose, I'm treated to a soundless cutscene. Wow, G game. Wow, thanks for rushing this game out and making the game unfinished. And the CG pre-rendered cutscenes look nice and stuff like that, but there's not that very many of them in the story mode that you pretty much might as well not count them at all. There are also other modes too, like of course we got the arcade mode, which instead of fighting 8 opponents this time, you only fight 6, and you fight in 3 rounds for each battle and stuff, for each stage and stuff. So why would they reduce the number of stages? I'll never know. It's like they were toning this down for a younger audience and for like kids and such, it seems like. And there was also this other mode, I forget the name of it, where you basically fight harder and harder opponents and stuff like that. And like, it feels like a mode to get you ready for the online play. And also like the museum and stuff like that, it's just nothing special. I mean, I forgot to mention, like, ever since Soulcalibur 4, they got rid of those weapon exhibits, which were cool to watch and stuff like that. They don't even have those anymore. Character creation is the same song and dance. Create a character, you can customize a character, and it's basically all it is. They even reused customizable outfits from Soulcalibur 4 in this game. They couldn't make new ones? Are you kidding me? Jeez. And for the arcade mode, for the regular part, not including the story mode, I'll be playing as 8 characters this time. Of course, Patroclus and Pyrrha Alexandra. I'll also be playing as Natsu, who's pretty much the new Taki. Viola, who's the sorcerer and stuff. We'll also be playing as Hildegard von Kron and Siegfried Stoffen, the 2 characters who resemble one of my best friends, TTBurger88 and his girlfriend Nurse45, and I hope you guys are doing well and stuff because 4th of July has passed, and I hope you guys had a great 4th of July together, and hope you guys are having a great week and a weekend and stuff, and shout out goes to both of you. You guys are awesome, and you guys are some really good friends of mine, and I'm glad to have you guys in my life. And of course, we'll also be playing as Isabella Valentine, aka Ivy, and of course, we cannot forget my buddy Casual Gamer's favorite character, Voldo. And I know he wanted me to play as this character again, since it's the last part. Get your wish, buddy. I'll play as Voldo for you, because I know you're a big fan of that character and something, and he's your favorite. Now, I already mentioned that these replacement characters for the characters that we loved and stuff like that are awful and such. Even some of the regular characters from the past games don't look that great either. A lot of them look like fruitcakes. I mean, look at Voldo. What the heck did they do to Voldo? He looks like a freaking badly drawn character in a bad anime and stuff. I mean, compared to how he looked back then, he looked badass back then. Now he looks like a fruitcake. I mean, Siegfried still looks good. Hildegard still looks good and stuff like that. And Ivy looks fine too. But these other, but like most of the characters here that are from past games look awful. I mean, you're telling me that was this your idea to make them look like make most of the characters look like fruitcakes and such? I mean, it's ridiculous for crying out loud. And they also have some guest characters too, like Ezio, from the Assassin's Creed games. Well, certain Assassin's Creed games. I only played the first Assassin's Creed because I thought it was just good. After I just stopped. I just didn't really care for the series that much. But like they also have Double Jin from Tekken, which is awesome. But I wasn't a big fan of Ezio and stuff. I mean, Double Jin was awesome, but playing as Ezio, not so much. Because I'm not a fan of Assassin's Creed. And this game is just, I don't know if I have to mention, the opponent AI in the game is very unbalanced. Most of the time, they just stand there, wait to get hit, while other times they'll be overpowered and just keep attacking you non-stop. It's one of the most unbalanced difficulty AI I've ever seen in a fighting game. And that's not counting Criticon or Killing Zone or Cardinal Sin Reverse on the PS1. I'm not talking about this. I'm not counting those because this is a part of a series that I grew up and loved. I'm definitely gonna have a problem with this. I mean, why would they change so much? I'll never know. But like, they had a lot of potential to make this game great, and in the end, they just end up stepping all over this game like yesterday's trash. I'll never understand why they did this, but then again, I'm not them, so I really don't know what to say. But like, aside from that though, there really isn't much else to say. I mean, like, this game is pretty much a huge step backwards, and you thought after Soulcalibur 4 they'd have a chance to redeem themselves to make this game better, but they don't, and they make it worse because they rushed it out the door. And I also have to mention the critical finishers here too, which are in Soulcalibur 4. But here, there's the more flashy stuff which I know that they're trying to cash in on the Street Fighter fans too, because they like those Kamehamehas and Shoryukens and stuff. Which I never quite able to figure out how to do these. But then again, they're nothing really special in the beginning. They're pretty much mockeries of the critical edge moves and stuff from Soul Blade. And aside from that though, there really isn't much else to talk about this game. I know I didn't really talk much about the graphics and the sound, but like, it's just, I'll just give you the abridge here. Graphics do look nice. They're on par with Soulcalibur 4's graphics, which I'll admit is great and stuff. But then again, those unfinished hand-drawn still image cutscenes kind of affect the graphics. And the sound, well, music is really generic this time around. The worst type of ever music in the series. I mean, the only decent theme is Pyrrha's theme, but no real point in playing it because you can pretty much just find the soundtrack. And of course, the voice acting, well, the English voice acting is once again pretty awful, while the Japanese voice acting is pretty much on par with Soulcalibur 4's voice acting. So it's just like, I know they tried a little bit with the sound, but it feels like the only positive thing about this game has is its graphics and stuff like that and such. And that's pretty much all this game has going for it. It's like, it's got great graphics and stuff, and don't you like to play online? I guess it's just a game for you. So sadly though, the final rating goes like this, and I hate to say it, but like I actually had hope that they were going to fix the problems with Soulcalibur 4 in this game, but instead they make everything worse, and it ends up coming off a game that's pretty much broken and unfinished. And what will I be giving this game? This game's gonna be getting a pretty low rating here. If it weren't for the graphics, I'd be giving it a 0. But I'll be giving it a 2 out of 10. I know that's pretty harsh, but you played this game and been a fan of the series growing up as a kid, you would understand this stuff. And I know Soulcalibur 6 is coming out this year, but will I be playing it? Here, want my answer? Hell no! Look, it uses the same engine as Tekken 7. So, and you know how much I did not like Tekken 7, and how that killed the Tekken series for me. And you honestly think I'm gonna go back and play Soulcalibur 6 and get sucked in and wasting my money? No. I mean, sure, they're bringing back the key characters like Mitsurugi, Voldo, Sofiki, and stuff like that, but that's great. I'll give Namco props for that. But it doesn't change the fact that this game is probably likely going to suck because it's using the same gameplay engine as Tekken 7 did, and you know how bad that game was for me and stuff, and it's probably gonna be like the same, like land content, half the stuff, lots of DLC and stuff like that. We already know that's what's gonna happen. I don't remember because I think it comes out in October. I may be wrong, but if If I get it, it'll probably be a long time before I buy it, but it'll be most likely be a no. So that wraps up the Soul series. Yes, I know, Soulcalibur V killed the series for me, but back in the past though, I had fun memories here. Like, fun memories of going to play Soul Edge, Soul Blade in the arcades for the first time, playing as Voldo, Sungmina, and Sophitia, and other characters and stuff, like, for the first time in the arcade, and like, then getting the game for my 13th birthday and playing it at home and having a great time with it and stuff, and of course, like, progressing with the series, I had a lot of fun, but unfortunately, due to this game and this game, the series has lost its charm, and now have become these two games pretty much killed the series. This game had some good things about it, but it was overshadowed by other bad things, and this game is just bad to the point where it's like they brushed this game out without even caring. So you want a good, I mean, if you guys look for a Soul game on a PS3 and you never played a Soul game before, I'd say check this one out if you only have a PS3. But if you own a PS1 or PS2, definitely get these three. I mean, this one is pretty much started on. It's the best one in the series. This one's the third best because of some problems that I have with it, but it's still a great game. This one improves a lot from Soulcalibur 2 and makes it worthwhile. And so yeah. Or if you have a Dreamcast, pick up Soulcalibur, or so, because that you'll have with your money's worth too. But that's pretty much it for this 5-part series or video that I did. And stay tuned because there's more videos coming along the way. I'd like to thank you all for watching. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody, and have a great day. And stay tuned, there's a lot more coming.